Pratyahara is an act of dissociation of the sense impulses from the mind. However, concentration, tense effort, working hard to focus the mind, it will never give you the positive result at all. At all. I promise nothing at all. What happens is each sense organ or each of your indri is a channel which contributes to the influence in the brain. And if one of these channels is obstructed, then the mental experiences become very keen. Usually, when people are doing their work, they're not at all aware of their mental problems and distractions. Although, still, the problems and distractions they exist in the mind. However, at night, when all the work is finished and then they sit down for meditation, all the thoughts they start coming. It is not because thoughts only come at night. The thoughts were there during the day also, but at that time, the sense channels were not obstructed. Everything was functioning, and so you were not aware of what was going on inside you. The vritti, which we call the vritti, the mental attitude, was extroverted. At night, all the sense channels withdraw, and it is that time that you become aware of all the troubles and anxieties. In the practice of Pratyahara, what we are trying to do is we are obstructing the sense organs. One by one, all of these channels will be obstructed, not in order to inhibit them, but to enable us to sit quietly and see that fantastic panorama of awareness inside, which at present is not available to us due to our extrovert tendency. The obstruction of the passage of experience that contribute to the activities of the brain is one of the methods of simulating the consciousness, the samskaras and the vasanas. The mind, very complicated stuff to understand. The mind actually functions under two attributes: Bahirang Mukh Vritti, the external attitude, and Antarang Mukh Vritti, the internal attitude. The external attitude has its basis in the sense organs, and through this attitude, the mind becomes extrovert. Kathopanishad says the man does not see the higher self because his consciousness is drawn to the external objects by the indris or sense organs. And in fact, the sense organs, the indris, are the root cause of this extrovert tendency of the mind. For an example, the same example which I gave yesterday, if you light a candle and at the same time you keep the fan running or you open the window, the flame can never become steady. In the same way, it is also mentioned in Gita, which says is just as a lamp can remain absolutely steady in a place without any breeze or wind, so the practitioner of yoga should try to avoid the cause of that wind or breeze which brings about mental fluctuations. In yoga, we first withdraw the senses. We cut off the connections, then the awareness becomes free of the senses. When our consciousness becomes free from sense association, it is known in yoga as withdrawal or pratyahara. Say, supposing if you're concentrating on some kind of flower, or you're concentrating on the sound of Om, or on the cross of, or the sign of a cross, or Christ, or upon your Guru or God, whatever you are concentrating on, you must remember that many thoughts will come in your mind. That's natural and that's correct. And it should happen. If they don't come, there is something wrong. That's where everybody is making a mistake. They think that if you concentrate on some object, only that object should be there. No. The purpose of a mantra, the purpose of concentration, pranayam, yoga is not to suppress the mind. It is to explore the mind. Everything must come out. Past memories, visions of the future, all your problems, all that you know, all that you can think about must come out. This is called the practice of Pratyahara. This is called the practice of Raj Yoga, in which you are expressing the whole mind from subliminal depths to the conscious plane. You are bringing something which is deeper down, stuck towards your conscious plane, so that you can get freedom from that part of things. When you take a mantra, you must allow your mind to function. How long can a mind function? How long will the distractions remain? Finally, a point will come where the mind will be transitioned from transcendence to transcendence. Therefore, in the yoga of meditation, we consider the mind as a substance and express the whole mind, which is finally to be transcended. Our consciousness, our soul, is constantly recording the experiences, constantly experiencing, and the process is constant. The experience is taking place consciously, subconsciously, and also unconsciously. We cannot stop even while we are sleeping at night, even while we are dreaming, even if we are not interested. It does not matter. It does not really matter. The consciousness is so sensitive. The mind is so sensitive, like a very sensitive microphone, accepting all the influences which are within the range of your knowledge as well as those which are not within the range of your knowledge. Complete dissociation of the mind from matter has to take place, and that is pratyahara. Now, when we talk about sleep, sleep is not a physiological state, it is the state of the mind. Patanjali Yoga Sutra, they say that sleep is one of the chitta vrittis, the fivefold modifications of the mind. In Pratyahara, as in sleep, the objective awareness is withdrawn, but we still remain wide awake. Pratyahara is a yogic state of consciousness. Sleep is a state without consciousness. Now, when we find the connection between the various practices of yoga, in fact, we should not say yoga or meditation. We should say that yoga is meditation and meditation is yoga. After all, what exactly yoga means? Fusion, merging, union, that's yoga. What is meditation? Total cessation of the individual mind and total awareness of the universal mind. That is dhyan. All the practices of Raj Yoga are necessary to refashion the consciousness. It's to refashion completely. The qualities of tamas and rajas must be eliminated. Only sat should remain. And one is free from unnecessary past karma. His awareness is left completely isolated so that the consciousness is able to express itself. Now, the awareness known as Chaitanya functions on four different levels. In Jagrati, waking state, it functions through the medium of senses and the mind. In Swapn, the sleeping state, it operates on the dreaming level. In Sushupti, known as the dreamless sleep state, occurs when all stimuli are removed and the consciousness does not perceive an object, experience, or vision. In the fourth state, which is called as Turiya, the awareness is free from all impressions, all channels, and all channels are closed. The awareness is, it experiences itself in the pure form. I know I am. When this knowledge takes place, we have achieved the purpose of yoga, the evolution of human life, the self enlightenment. सत्य का ज्ञान